Yeah, a very good evening to one and all. Hope you are able to hear me. Use the chat box. Use the chat box for responding the questions. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So hope you are able to see the notepad. Okay then. Yeah. A warm good evening to one and all. So welcome to Ashok IT. So today we are going to start with the new training program here as an Oracle database, understanding with the Oracle database. Okay. So before starting off our today's discussion, first let me introduce myself. My name is Mahesh. I am a currently working professional within the product based company, having like as an 8 years of an experience in IT application development and having like 6+ years of and the teaching experience case. Okay. Yes, this is what the simple brief information about myself. So, as part of our today's discussion, okay, as part of our today's discussion, so we'll be the talking about, okay, we'll be the talking about, so the course content of the, I will be the talking about course content and duration of this course duration, we can say, okay, and then followed by, so we'll start with an introduction to database concepts, okay, and then we'll be the talking about the prerequisite for this course. Okay, we'll be the talking about like a prerequisite for this course, prerequisite for this training, and lastly, I'm going to take like as an the question and answer session, QA session will be there. Okay, so totally we'll be the focusing on the 5 areas as part of our today's discussion. Okay, yes, 1 minute. So can you guys please confirm whether you are able to see the notepad now? Okay, then sounds good. Okay. So as part of our today's discussion, we'll be the talking about these 5 areas. Okay. What would be the course content we are going to be the cover for this training? Okay. Yes. So we can get the course content from the Ashok IT portal. So just switch to the ashokittech.com website. Okay. Go to the courses offering. Go to the courses offering menu, and there you can find the Oracle details here. Okay. Just click on the view details. Okay, just click on the view details, and where you can have like as in the doors download the course content option here. Okay, so as part of this the training, so we are going to be the cover the contents whatever we have provided here in the course content here will be the covering from 0 to 100%. Okay, 0 to hero. Okay, so module 1, it will be the talking about introduction to database concepts like such as what is data, what do you mean by database, and how we are managing the data in the database. Okay, so in the traditional approaches of managing the data in the database, and so in the latest current trends like how we are managing the data in the database, all such fundamentals we are going to be the part of an will be the covering in the module 1, sir. Okay, then after understanding the basics of an database software, so we'll be the moving on to the environmental setup. So how to download the Oracle database software from Oracle Corporation website, and how to install that Oracle database as well, and how we are interacting with the database softwares using various like various interfaces from CLI command line interface and GUI interface. Okay, so all such things we are going to be the cover as part of an environmental setup. Okay, in the environmental setup, we will be the covering the installation process of an Oracle database and installing and how we are interacting all such stuff we are going to cover here, sir. Along with that, So we'll be the covering like as in the MySQL database as well, how to download and install the MySQL database as well. Okay. Yes. So after doing like as in the environmental setup in our local mission, so you will be the understanding to work with an will be the understanding to work with an SQL commands. Okay. So before getting into the database commands, we'll be the understanding the importance of an SQL. Okay. So what is the importance of an SQL and how we are going to communicate how we are going to communicate with the database from the end user. Okay, so and how we are passing like as in the several commands through the command line interface and GUI interface such as DDL commands, okay, data definition language, DML commands, DQL commands or DRL commands or TCL commands, and how we are importing like as in the sample databases. So nothing but an we will cover. I will show you how to import like as an how to import like as in the databases into the in our local database, importing like as in the database into our local database case. That is what the module 3 we are going to be the cover. So when it comes for on the module 4, we'll be the focusing on what? Working with the integrity constraints. Okay, integrity constraints, how we are managing the data. So how we are managing the data in the database by following some sort of constraints case, such as what is meant by data integrity, what is an advantage of using the data integrity when you are managing the data in the database, such as working with primary keys, foreign keys, unique keys, composite key, not null constraint, and check constraint. All these integrity constraints which we are going to cover here after learning like as in the SQL commands. After learning the SQL commands, we'll be there focusing on what? Integrity, data integrity in the database management with the help of what? Integrity constraints, guys. And then we'll be talking about SQL classes, such as what is the purpose of the where class, what is the purpose of group by class, having class, order by class. Okay. All these are the various classes which we are going to be the cover as part of in the SQL classes session. Okay. Yes. And then we'll talk about SQL operators. So what is meant by the union? Okay. Union, all, intersect, minus, special operators such as how to work with the in operator, not in operator, between operator, not between operator, and all these are the special operators which we are going to be the cover. Okay, so after working with an operators, we'll work with what? SQL functions, arithmetic functions, character functions, date conversions, and how to work with an aggregate functions and all this stuff we are going to be the cover. And then we'll work with what? Subqueries, how to write a one query inside the another query. Okay, how to write a single row subqueries, multi-row subqueries, correlated subqueries, all this stuff we are going to be the cover as part of in the subqueries discussion, guys. Okay, and the major important, the topic of this the SQL in the SQL. So that is what? Working with the joins, sir. Okay. So in the most of the application development, definitely you will be the having getting like the typical requirement. So how you are combining the several tables to get the results in to get like as in the results, sir. Okay, so when you are developing an application in the real world, so when you are working with when you are working with the database, you will be the having like as in the lot of tables for your application. Okay, so how we are joining those all those tables to get like the information, to get like as in the detailed information, guys, such as working with the joins, guys. So what is the purpose of the join? What is the benefit of the joins? And what are the various types of the joins? Left outer join, right outer join, equi join, self join. Okay, all these stuffs we are going to be the cover. This is what the main important concept as part of in the SQL case, that is the joins case. Okay, so and then we'll talk about other discussions like what? How to work with the database sequence objects, how to work with the views in the database, how to create like as how to work with the indexing in the database, and how to create and execute the database stored procs working with the PL SQL. Okay, SQL. So far we have learned with an SQL, sir. So now there is a chance of now there is the requirement to add the business logic at the database side as well. Okay, so such as with the help of what? DB stored procs. Okay, DB stored procedures, database stored procedures, and how to create the DB stored procedure, how to execute that stored procedure. Okay, how to execute like how to create a DB stored function. Okay, and how to execute that stored function, and what is the difference between stored procedure and stored function or not? Can we call the stored procedure from the stored proc? or not? All these things we are going to be the cover as part when you are working with an what PL SQL, sir. Okay, and we'll be the covering like as in some of the important interview questions of this the topic wise. Okay, this is all about the course content, guys, which we are going to be the cover as part of this the training program. So you can download this course content from Ashok IT portal. Okay, so I just shown you that navigation, right? Go to the courses offer menu, courses offering menu, where you can have an option to download the course content, sir. Okay, so where you can have an option for downloading the course content. Okay, go to the view details and just download the course content. Here you have an option called download course content, guys. Okay, this is what the course curriculum for this the training program. So where you can go download the course content as well. I shown you that the navigation. Okay. Yes. So to download the course content, guys. Okay. So to download the course content. Okay. So nothing but on what? Downloading the course content, sir. Downloading like as in the course content. Okay. This is what the URL, sir. This is what the URL to download the course content, sir. Okay. Yes. So what would be the course duration for this training program, sir? Okay. So the course duration will be the course duration will be the 1 month of duration, sir. Okay. So 1 month duration. The course duration will be what? 1 month duration. Okay. What is the prerequisite for this training? Sir, I will give you an option for you guys at the end. So where you can ask the questions with me. No problem. I will give you some the time for you guys. No worries. Okay. The prerequisite for this training, sir. Prerequisite for this training is nothing, sir. Okay, so you no need to have any kind of programming language to work with the databases. Okay, nothing is prerequisite here, guys. You just hand over the brain here so that will inject like as an oracle to you guys. Okay, so you just hand over the brain. You just concentrate on the session of 1 hour. Okay, so working with the SQL is very easy, sir. Working with the SQL is very easy. Just look like as an English statements. Okay, just look like as in the English statements, sir. Okay, the prerequisite for this training is nothing, sir. Nothing. Okay, just you need to be the focus here. That's all. That is what the prerequisite, sir. Okay, yes, nothing more than that. So this is all about the course information, sir. Okay, so so you can download the course content from the Ashok IT portal. The duration for this course is 1 month, and the prerequisite of this the training is nothing, sir. Here, just need a focus here, nothing more than that. And the timings, the session timing will be what? Session timing is fixed, sir. Session timings is fixed. That is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So plus or minus 10 minutes. Understand, sir? Plus or minus 10 minutes, sir. Nothing more. Okay, plus or minus the 10 minutes, sir. 9 p.m. the sharp 9 p.m. the session will start and ends with the 10 p.m., sir. It might sometimes it may take like as in the plus or minus 10 minutes. Okay, up to max the 10 say up to max of the session will be of 10. Okay, the session timings is fixed, sir. Okay, so we cannot change the session timings as well. Okay, yeah, this is about the course information. This is all about the course information, sir. Okay, yes. Okay, so before so let us start for the today's discussion here. So introduction to database concepts, sir. Okay, let us start for the today's discussion here called what? Introduction to database concepts. Introduction to database concepts, sir. Okay, yes. Yes, sir. The sessions will be okay. The sessions will be under the Monday to Saturday, sir. Okay. The session will be on the weekly from Monday to Saturday. Okay. Monday to Saturday, sir. Monday to the Saturday, the session will be. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let us start with another introduction to database concepts, sir. Okay. As part of this, the topic. Okay. As part of this, the discussion will be the understanding like as in the data. Understanding like as an understanding the data. Okay. Understanding like the data and the database. Okay. And the DBMS and the database management system as well. Okay. So we'll be the talking about what? Understanding like as in these three terms, sir. That is a data and the database and the DBMS as well. Okay. Yes, that is what the point we need to see. Okay. So the next we are going to be the cover is how we are managing the data. That is what the questions are. Okay. And managing the data and the techniques for, or we can say what? The various, various techniques for managing the data. That is what we are going to be the cover. And then we'll talk about the database softwares. Okay, we'll be the talking about what? The database softwares, guys. And then we'll talk about what? The types of database softwares. These are the four things which we are going to be the cover, sir, as part of this discussion. Okay. Yeah. So basically, what do you mean by data, sir? You can use the chat box. You can use the chat box to send the answers. Okay. So whatever the thing you know, just ping over the chat. Okay. So what is the data? What is the data? Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Data means nothing but an information. Okay. Data is nothing but an what? Information about any real world object, sir. Okay. So data means nothing but an information about the real world object. Okay. About like what? The real world object, sir. Real world object means the things which are existed around us, that is called real world objects, such as laptops, such as mobile phones, such as keyboard, mouse, okay, such as tables, chairs. All these things are nothing but the real world objects, sir. Okay. Data is nothing but what? Information about any real world object, sir. Any information about, and also information about any real world object. So what do you mean by real world object? So such as chairs, okay, such as chairs, tables, okay, mobiles, computers, okay, laptops, etc. All these are nothing but the real world objects, sir. Okay. All these are nothing but the real world objects. You can take like as the student, employee, or customer. All these are nothing but the real world objects, sir. Data means always, always nothing but what? Information about any real world object, case. Information about is nothing but the real world object. So, for example, if we are considering the college management system, if we are considering like as in the college management system, so what? So basically, the college will contains what, guys? Students, right or not? College will contains what? The students, guys, right? So if you are considering the college management system of the student, what the student will contains, guys? Can you please tell me? So what the student will contains? Every student, every student. So every student will have their roll number. Every student will have some name. Every student will have the roll number. Every student will have the name. Every student will have the branch. Okay. And every student will have what? Gender. And every student will have some age. So these are nothing but the data, guys. So these are nothing but what? The data. Okay. Student means, so student having like what? The roll number, email, so roll number, name, branch, age, and the gender are all are nothing but what? The data, sir. All these are nothing but what? The data. Okay. Okay, nothing but the data, sir. This is nothing but the data. Information about any real world object is called what? Data. So you can take any real world object such as chairs, tables, mobiles, computers, laptops, students, employee, customer, student, all these are nothing but the real world objects, sir. If you are considering the college management system of the student, so every student will have what? So this basically the student will have what? Roll number, name of the student, branch of the student, gender of the student, and age of the student. This is typically what, sir? Data. This is typically what? The data, sir. Understand, guys? So data means nothing but what? Something particular about of the single student, right or not? So something about the data is nothing but it is something about something particular. Okay, something particular about the one student. That is called data, sir. So data means nothing but it's something about, it is something particular about about one student, we can call it as what? One student, we can call it as what? Data, sir. Understand? Data. So what about the database? This is all about the data, sir. Coming to the database. What do you mean by database, sir? Correct. Grouping of an information or grouping of the students' information. Okay, the grouping of students' information, we can say it as what? The database is database. Grouping of grouping of grouping of the data. Grouping of the data or the grouping of what? Grouping of data or the grouping of the several students' information. Okay, so several students' information called what? Database. Okay, so whenever the database is nothing but what? It's nothing but the grouping of the data or the grouping of several students' information is called what? The database is. Okay, in the database. Okay, in the database. So in the database, how we are going to maintain the data? How we are grouping the data, guys? How we are grouping the data here? In a structured format. Grouping of data in a structured format, sir. In a structure grouping of the data in a structured format is called as an what? Database. Or you can define the group of several students information. Okay, group of several students information, we can call it as an what? Database, guys. Okay, so database. Hope you guys are clear. The data and the database. Yes. 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 Yes, sir. So grouping of the data in a structured format, we can say it as an what? The database case. Or we can say the grouping of several students' information, so called as an what? The database case. Okay. So for example, I wanted to represent like as in the student, one of the students' information. Okay. So that is one of the student information. So that is nothing but an what? One of the student information, sir. Okay, I wanted to represent like as in the student 2. Okay, that is nothing but in the student 2 information. Okay, and then followed by student 3 information, sir. Okay, student 3 information. Okay, I just wanted to grouping of this the several students information into a single unit, that is called the database. Okay, so observe carefully. So roll number something like 1121. Okay, so the first student roll number is what? Roll number something like 22255. Okay, so then roll number something like 8889. Okay, yes. So the name of the student, is what? Mahesh. Okay, so the name of the student is what? Mahesh. And the name of the student is what? Suresh. Okay, the name of the student is what? Suresh. And the name of the student here is what? Something like Rajesh. Okay, and then followed by branch. So something CSC. Okay, so CSC. Okay, then branch again here the branch. So nothing but on what? IT. Okay, and here the branch is something like what? ECE. Okay, ECE. So ECE, sir. Okay, so this is all about the student one information, students information, and the age of the students are nothing but an. So let us maintain that age of the students. So something like gender. Okay, gender male. Okay, so gender male, and then here is also what? Gender male as well. Okay, and then what? So age, sir. Okay, age. Okay, then age something like 28. Okay, yeah, age here something 29. Age as and what? 30 here. So means we are going to maintain the group of students information into a single unit called what? The database, guys. Database. Okay, yeah. Hope you guys are comfortable. Okay, so this is nothing but on the database, guys. Okay, so the next one is what? Next one is what, guys? So grouping of several students information into a single unit called what? Database, guys. Then we'll be talking about what? The database management system. That is shortly we can say it as in what? DBMS. DBMS. So what do you mean by DBMS? Or what you can say the database management system? Yes. So DBMS is nothing but so it is a technique. It is a technique for storing the data. Okay, it is a technique for storing and retrieving the data from the database, guys. Understand, guys? So DBMS is nothing but what? DBMS is nothing but what? It is a technique for storing and retrieving the data, storing and retrieving the data from where? The database softwares, guys. Okay, database. Okay, it is a technique. It is a technique for storing, okay, for storing and retrieving the information, okay, retrieving the information from where? The database. Understand, guys? So DBMS is nothing but the technique for so storing and retrieving or storing and retrieving the information from database. That's all. This is nothing but the database, guys. DBMS. DBMS. Okay. Yes. So these are the basic terminologies we have to know before getting to started for the database concepts. Okay, what is data? What is a database? And what do you mean by database management system, sir? Okay, so these three are independent terms. Okay, so these three are independent terms. Data always talks about the particular. So data always talks about like something particular about a student is called what? Something particular about a student is called data. Okay, so database means grouping of students or grouping of the several data is called what? A database. Okay, DBMS is nothing but what? It's a technique for storing and retrieving and managing the data in the database. That's all. This is all about the important terms we need to know when you start working with the database. Clear? Yes. So see, guys, in the most of the applications in this the digital world, sir. Okay. So in this the digital era, in this digital era, so in this the digital era or in our day to day or in our day to day activity, in our day to day life. Okay, in our day to day life, we are seeing so we are seeing a lot of applications. We are seeing like as in what? A lot of applications. What are those? Such as what? Such as what? Naukri portal. Okay, Naukri portal or Monster portal. Okay, Monster portal or what? So Flipkart. Okay, or we can say what? Flipkart or Amazon or Ashok IT Tech Portal, Ashok IT Tech Portal, etc. Okay. Yes, sir. In this, the digital era or in our day-to-day activity, we are seeing a lot of applications in the real world, sir. We are seeing like as in a lot of applications in the real world, such as what? Naukri portal for job searching or job hunting. For the Monster portal is also similar kind of job for the jobs information. Flipkart for Flipkart and Amazon for a shopping portal. Okay, so Ashok IT Tech portal is for what? Accessing the notes for the about the trainings, right or not, sir? You are interacting with the several applications in our day-to-day activity case. Tell me, guys, as a end user, okay, as a end user means the user who interacts with an application is called what? End user. Okay, as a end user, okay, as a end user, he will be the interacting, he will be the interacting the application. So he will be the interacting with what? Applications, sir. So applications are running in where? Running in servers in the remote mission. Running or in the servers in the remote mission, sir. Application runs in the server at remote place. Right, guys? At remote place, sir. Okay, and then so as a end user, he will be the interacting with an applications, guys. That might be any kind of an application, and those applications are running inside the server at a remote places, at the remote mission, I mean to say, not place, sir, it is a remote, at remote mission. Okay, and so these servers are connected to the these servers are connected to what? Database. These servers are nothing but what? Connected to the database. So why the applications are running inside the server, and why the applications are storing the information into the database? Because because we wanted to retrieve the data from the database. Okay, we wanted to save the data of an application into the database for the future references, right or not? So if you see here, if you see in the Ashok IT portal, when you are accessing the portal, sir, when you are accessing like as in the portal for accessing the notes. So tell me, guys, tell me, when you are accessing like as in the portal for accessing the notes, what? So you are able to see, you are able to download the content or not? You are able to download the content or not? Where actually this information will be stored? Where actually the information will be stored, guys? In the database. Definitely in the real time, if you take like as in any application, every application will be connected, every application will be having the so every application will be connected to a particular database case. So why the every application connected to the particular database? To manage the data of an application. To manage the data of an application case. So Ashok IT portal, Ashok IT portal is managing the information about the students. Okay, managing the information about the student and about the courses information. Okay, courses offering with an Ashok IT, and then what? So on and we are just storing like as an upcoming training programs as well, right or not? And as well as Ashok IT portal is giving them some information about like as in the jobs information as well, right? So where this information is pulling to the application, guys, from the database only, sir. From the database only. See here, when you click on the online training, it is going to give you that. It is going to give you that upcoming trainings in the Ashok IT portal, right? Where this actual information will be the getting or pulling. So from the database only, sir. From the database only, these informations are getting onto the site, right or not? So means if you take like as in any Flipkart portal, so Flipkart application is running at the remote mission, and that Flipkart application having some database to store the products information or not? Products information or not, guys? Come on, guys. So Flipkart application, a Flipkart application is interacting with the database or not? So for managing the products information, users information, and then what? Products information, users information, along with what? Couriers information, dispatch related goods information as well, right? So that thing means every application definitely in the real world will be connected with another database for managing the data, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. So what are the several database? So for servers are connected to the database for what purpose, sir? Managing the information. Okay, so managing the information about information of an application, sir. Okay, of an application. That's all. Okay, sir. As a end user, sir, as a end user, he will be the interacting with the applications, and those applications are running at the remote mission, and those applications are running at the remote mission inside the server, sir, and the servers are connected. Server will take care of connecting to the database for what? Managing the information of an application, sir. Whatever the information to be the manager of a particular application, that information will be the managed internally in the database. And who will be the taking care of connecting with the database? Servers. So application will communicate with the server will communicate with the database for storing and retrieving the information, guys. Understand? Hope you guys are comfortable so far. Any doubts? So my point here is every application definitely need to have the support of the database for storing and retrieving the information of a particular application. Ashok IT portal managing the information about what? Students information, courses information, upcoming trainings information, and jobs related information, and more contact details information, right? Those informations are getting from where? The database itself. So if you talk about the Flipkart application, if you talk about like Flipkart application is connected to one database. So definitely, because they wanted to display the products information on the screen to the end user. Okay, so we cannot static way for storing the data for showing the products information, sir. Always it should be on the dynamic, sir. Dynamic means it always get the latest information from the database. Understand, guys? Okay, so this is all about the basic the terms related to basic terms related to the database, guys. Okay, yes. So come on, guys. So we have the data. So we have the data of we have the data of the students like this. So now tell me, what are the possible options to manage this data? What are the possible options? What are the various techniques for managing the data, for managing the students' information? Can you guys help me on that? So what are the different options we have to manage the data of the various students? Creating the table. Okay. Any other? I want like possible options, sir. I want like as in the possible options. I don't want to get into the subject straight away. I just wanted to know what are the possible options to store this data, to store this information. Sir, I don't want technicalities of the Oracle, sir. Okay, so I just need what are the possible options for managing the data, this such data. So I have the 3 students information. I have the 3 students here which are having some information, right? Yes. There are the various techniques, sir. There are the various techniques. There are the various techniques for managing that managing the data of an application, sir. Okay, so for managing the data, sir. So the traditional approach. Okay, the traditional approach. In the traditional approach, so we are going to maintain the above students information in the books or not. Come on, guys. Or we can say what? Books, or we can say what? Ledger books. Or we can say what? Ledger books, sir. Okay. So the traditional approach, we are going to manage the data of the students. Okay. We are going to manage the data of the students in what? In the books. Or we can say what? Ledger books. Okay. So now tell me, if you go with this in the traditional approach, what would be the problems? Can we manage the group of students information in the books or not? First of all, tell me. Can we manage the students information in the books or not? Yes, you can. Yes. Yes. Yes, we can manage the data of the students in the books, no doubt. So what would be the problem with the books? So in the year of 90, in the year of 1990s, in the year of 1990s, so the people are managing the data in the form of ledger books only. Agree or not, guys? The people are managing the data in the form of the ledger books only, right or not? Right? So how we are managing the how we are managing the data in the books? How we are managing the data in the books, sir? How we are managing the data in the books? Come on, guys. I need answers from you. So right, like as in the pen and typing the print or something. Okay. Yeah. So we are maintaining like as in the books for storing of information, or we can say what? Ledger. So basically the books are nothing but an what? The collection of pages, right or not? And each page contains what? One student information. Agree or not, sir? Okay. One student information, right or not? Come on, guys. And each page will contains what? So a ledger book or a book contains what? A collection of pages. And each page will contains what? One student information. One student information, guys. Right or not? Come on, guys. If I am going to have like as in the 1,000 students in my college, how many pages I required to maintain the students? How many pages are required to maintain the 1,000 students information? Come on, guys. How many pages are required to me to maintain the 1,000 students information, sir? 1,000 pages are required, sir. Okay. So if I'm going to manage the information with the help of and the books, so tell me what would be the first problem, sir? It is very difficulty. It is a very mess up. Okay. It is a very mess up, sir. And it will taking some time consuming as well. It will either taking like as in the time consuming for retrieving the information of a particular student, right? So, and we need to maintain like as in the bunch of books, and the space issues will be there. Security issues will be there, right? And we cannot maintain these books for the lifetime as well, right or not? Those are nothing but and what? The problems of ledger books, sir. When you are maintaining the data, so when you are maintaining the data with the help of and the ledger books or the books, so what would be the problems? So number one, the problems, sir. Number one. So first one is what? Security challenges. What challenges, sir? The first one is what? Security challenges, sir. Okay, security challenges. Okay, so means we need to keep all these books in a one storeroom, and we need to maintain some security for that the storeroom as well, right? That is the first problem with the maintaining the information in the books, sir. First one is what? Security information. Okay, security challenges, sir. The next one is what? So tell me, do you have the backup issue? So for example, if any particular book got damaged, so tell me, do you have the backup of that book, sir? Tell me, sir. If you want to do the backup, means manual effort is required to copy to write the new book from the old book or not? So yes. So means backup issues will be there here. Okay. If you are managing the data, if you are managing the data in the form of the book, so there will be the having an issues with what? Backup issues. Okay. And then what issues are next one? The space issue. We cannot, so if the books are increasing, like tell me guys, you will be getting some space issue or not? If the rapidly the students are going to be and the student counts are increasing from the year by year, right? So definitely the space issue will be the getting here, right? Yes. So that is what the third problems are. And what would be the fourth problem? What would be the fourth problem, sir? So cost effective, right or not? It is a costly. So means Tell me guys, it is costly, and maintaining the maintaining like as in the students information in the form of and the books means definitely it will leads to what? Very cost effective, sir. Okay, very costly, sir. What is the fifth problem, sir? Efficiency and retrieving the facts. Okay, so what is that one, sir? Time consuming, or we can call it as in what? Time consuming for what? So for time consuming for retrieving the particular student information, sir. Okay, particular student information. Understand, guys? These are the problems with what? So the traditional approach with the books, sir. So in the year of in the before discovery of and the computer, sir. Before discovery of and the computer, the people are managing the information in the form of what? So books. Okay. So if you are maintaining the information in the form of and the book, so these are the problems we are going to have for that. Yes, no relations, no relation between the two books, and sharing problems will be there, and sharing problems will be there. That is what the security challenges, sir. Okay, so it will be the taking like more time for retrieving the particular student information as well. Okay, so in the year of 1950s, in the year of 1940s, the computers. In the year of 1940s, the computers was discovered, right or not, guys? So in the year of 1940s, guys, the computers was discovered. So when the computers are came into the market, so the people are thinking about to maintain this kind of information in the computer systems, right or not? Come on, guys. So in the year of 1940, in the year of 1940s, guys, in the year of 1940s, okay, in the year of 1940s, the people are thinking about to maintain such a kind of information in the form of what? Computer system. Okay. And the people are the people are the people are thinking to store this to store this kind of information, to store this kind of information in the computers, sir. In the computers. Okay, tell me guys, in the 1940s and the 1950s, the price of the computers are going to be very costly or not? Okay, the price of the computers are very costly or not? To maintain that kind of an information, to maintain such a kind of an information in the year of 1940s and 1950s, the prices of the computers are going to be very high, very costly. It's very costly, guys, and the people are the people will not be the I mean to say that the people will not be buy the computers at the time, because it is having like as in the lot of cost, right or not? So later in the current years, like in this era, so the people the purchasing like as in the nowadays, the most of the people having their own laptops and own computers, right or not? So where they can maintain the information in their laptops, right, such as the text files, audio files, images, videos, such a informations, right or not, guys? Tell me, guys, like in the nowadays, the most of the people are managing the information in the form of what? Nowadays, the most of the people. So most of the people, tell me, guys, nowadays, after discovering the computer, sir, after discovering the computer, the people are the people are managing the data. The people are what? Managing the data in what? In the form of what? Files or not? In the form of what? File system, or we can say it as in files or file system, sir. Right or not? Right or not, guys? So after discovering the computers, the people are managing the data in the form of and the files, or we can say what? File system, sir. File system. So tell me, so can we store like as in the bulk data into the files? Can we store like as in the bulk data in the files, guys? Yeah. Yeah, no. So we cannot store like as in the huge information of and the huge information in the files case. We can store, I mean to say we can store up to the limited information only, right or not? We can manage the data of a, we can write that we can store the data in the, we can store the data of an application into the files that to what? Limited functionalities, limited functionalities. You cannot store the bulk of information or huge of information, sir. If you are going to manage the data, if you are going to manage the data in the form of and the files, what would be the problems, sir? Come on, guys. If you are managing the data in the form of files, so first one is what? If you are managing the data in the form of files, what is the first issue, sir? The security issue is there or not? Or you can say what? Security challenges. And tell me, guys, any other problems? Security issues will be there, sir. Okay. Security challenges or security issues both are one and same. Okay. So the next one is what? Okay. Next one is what? Data duplication, or we can say what? Data redundancy. Okay. So data redundancy case. Okay. So data redundancy problem will be there. For example, I wanted to manage the student's information in a student.txt file where it will contains what? Which will contains what, guys? Student ID and the student name. Okay. Student ID. Okay. And then student name. Okay. Student ID and then student name we are maintaining here. The two columns. We are maintaining like as in the two columns here as in what? Student ID and the student name. So we are going to maintain what? Another file as well. Tell me, that is student courses.txt. Okay. Student courses.txt, sir. So in this, the student courses.txt, what I am going to do, sir? Again, I am going to write like as in the student ID and the course name opted by the student. Okay. Or you can say what? Branches. Student, so branches information, or we can go with what? Branches info, branch name. You can say it as in what? Branch name. Okay. So tell me, sir, the student ID is duplicated or not here? Come on, guys. The student ID is nothing but on the duplicated on the various files or not? The student ID is duplicated or not, guys, on the various files? Yes, it's nothing but on the repeated. That repetition technically call it as an what in the database terminology, that is called data redundancy. That is called what? Data redundancy, guys. That is called what? Data redundancy. Repetitive data in a several files, we can call it as an what? Data redundancy. Okay. Repetitive or the duplication of the data. Duplication of the data or repetitive data. Okay. Repetitive data called so redundancy. Repetitive data called what? Redundancy, guys. That's all. Okay. So then what is another problem we have with the file management? Earlier, if you are managing the data in the form of a file, so in the files or file system or the flat files, so this is what the problem. The first one is the security challenges. Security problem will be there for the files. So the next one is what? Data redundancy will be there. So what is the third one, sir? Data inconsistency. Okay. So data inconsistency, sir. What do you mean by data inconsistency, sir? So for example, so you wanted to modify the student name. You wanted to modify like as in the student ID for a particular student. So unfortunately, we have the two files in the system. Okay. So you wanted to change like as in the student ID of a particular student, sir. Okay. So you wanted to change like as in the student ID of a particular student. So you changed that student ID in one file, but unfortunately you forgot to change that student ID in another file. So that will leads to what? Data inconsistency. Understand, guys? Data inconsistency. Data inconsistency means you cannot get like as in the accurate student information if you are managing the data in the form of multiple files, and if you forget that if you forget to modify in the one of the file, means definitely the data will be getting as an what? Inconsistent. Understand? So simply I can write here forget so whenever we are updating the student ID, okay, whenever we are updating like as in the student ID in one file, so may forget to update in the another file, sir. That is called, that will leads to what? Data inconsistency, sir. Understand, guys? Understand, guys? This is what about the data inconsistency. So any other problems, guys? Any other problem apart from these two? So one is security challenges. Another one is what? Data redundancy. The third one is what? Data inconsistency. What about another problem, sir? Yes. Retrieving. Okay. So time consuming for time consuming for time consuming for storing. Okay, for storing and retrieving the information, sir. Time consuming for what? Storing and retrieving the information from the file system, or we can say what? Files are file system, or we can say what? Flat files as well, sir. Okay, that is what the fourth problem, sir. So any other problems, guys? Time consuming for storing and retrieving the information from the files. Okay, any other problem? So do we have the backup? So backup issues will be there. Okay, so we cannot maintain like as in the backups, sir. We cannot maintain. So we cannot maintain the backups. Understand? We cannot maintain the backups, guys. Backups of the files. Okay, and the next one is what? We can store the limited amount of information, limited amount of information only, sir, in the files. We can store what? The limited amount of information only in the files. Understand? These are the various problems when you are managing the data in the form of what? File system of in the computer. Understand my point or not, guys? Understand? Yes. Good, sir. So nowadays in the latest trending, so in now we now in the latest in the current trending in the market, how we are managing the data? Come on, guys. In nowadays, how we are managing the data, sir, for an applications? That is called database softwares. Understand, guys? Currently in the market, okay, currently in the market, we are managing the data. We are managing the data. We are managing the data of an application in the database software case. So what do you mean by database? A grouping of several data is called what? Database. So how we are interacting with the database? So how we are managing the data? How we are storing and retrieving the data from the database? By using DBMS. Right or not? DBMS is nothing but the technique for managing, storing, and retrieving the data from the database case. Currently in the market, we are managing the data of an application in what? In the database softwares, sir. Okay, database softwares. So what are the advantages of managing the data in the database software? You can store the bulk of information. Every database will have the strong security. Without knowing the username and password, you cannot access the data from the database. So the first advantage is what, sir? Strong security will be there or not? First advantage of managing the data in the form of and the database softwares means, what is the first advantage? Strong security. Okay, strong security, guys. Okay, strong security. The next one is what? Strong security. And then the next one is what? We can easily manage. Okay, we can easily manage and storing and retrieving the information. Understand, guys? Okay, storing and retrieving the information, guys. Understand? That is the second point, sir. And what, sir? And we can we can store we can store the huge amount of information from, okay, we can store the huge amount of information in the databases. Okay, you can store like as in the GBs and MBs of information or TBs of information into the database as well. Understand, guys? We can store the a huge amount of information in the database. Okay, and okay, so data inconsistency, data we can get rid. We are maintaining the data. Okay, we can maintain the data. Okay, we can maintain the data in the database in a structured format. In a structured format, that is nothing but on what? Tables or tables, guys. What does the table will contain? So rows and columns. That's all. So that's why we are maintaining the data. So we are maintaining the data for maintaining the data in the database in what? Structured format, sir, in the table notation. So what does the table will contain? It's nothing but on the collection of rows and columns. Okay. Immediately the question may get into your mind. Sir, table means what, sir? Real world entity, sir. Real world entity. Okay. Table means what? Real world entity. That real world entity is nothing but on what? In our example as student. Okay. And the columns are nothing but on what? Columns are nothing but on what, sir? Columns are nothing but on what? Fields, sir. So, okay, fields. Nothing but on what, sir? Roll number, name of the student, branch of the student, okay, and gender of the student, okay, etc. All these are nothing but on the columns, sir. All these are nothing but on what? Columns. Okay. So what do you mean by rows, sir? Rows are nothing but on the values of a student. Rows are nothing but on what? Rows are nothing but on what? Values. So that is nothing but on what? Something like Mahesh. Okay, sorry. Something like 1, 2, 3. Mahesh and branch CSC. Okay, and the mail. That's all. This is nothing but on what? Values, sir. So we are always maintaining the data in the database in what? Structured format. Structured format, sir. So structured format means what? Table notation. Table means what? So just as a rows and columns, sir. Just as what? Rows and columns, guys. Okay. Where the columns are nothing but an what? Fields, sir. Fields. Fields means nothing but an attributes of a real world object. Values are nothing but an what? Rows. Understand? Any other advantages of using the database, sir? We have a lot of advantages. We have like as in the lot of advantages. Strong security means nothing but an what? So every database software will have some their own username and password. Own username and password, guys. Okay, own username and password. Without knowing that as an without knowing the username and password, you cannot access the data, sir. Okay, so data redundancy. No data redundancy, sir. You cannot duplicate the data. That is called what? No data redundancy. Okay, no data redundancy, sir. That is another advantage of managing the data in the database software. And so data integrity also will be there, sir. Data integrity. While inserting the data should be in the number format. The data should be in the string format. The value of the column should be in this range. That kind of data integrities will be there. You can manage the data integrities. And we can maintain the relationships as well. Okay, associations. Okay, we can technically call it as an what? Table associations, sir. Associations are nothing but an what? Parent child relationship. Okay, that kind of an associations we can maintain with the help of what? The database software, guys. Understand, guys? Everyone, is that clear? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. Okay, these are the advantages of maintaining so the data in the database or software, guys. So what are the several database softwares are available in the market, sir? Yes. So the popular database. So see, guys. So the popular database are nothing but an Oracle database. So Oracle database from where? So from Oracle Corporation. Okay, Oracle Corporation. So then what is the next one, sir? MySQL database. So MySQL database is also from where? Oracle Corporation, sir. From Oracle Corporation. Okay, Oracle Corporation. MySQL is also from where, guys? Oracle Corporation. So what is the difference between Oracle and MySQL? It is a proprietary proprietary license, sir. Okay, proprietary license. Okay, when it comes for on the MySQL, so it is on the open source case. Okay, that's all. Okay, so then what is the next one, sir? So the DB2 database. Okay, the DB2 database case. DB2 database from where? Some from IBM. IBM Corporation, right or not? From IBM Corporation. Any other databases, guys? Any other databases? SQL Server database. SQL Server database from where? So from Microsoft Corporation, sir. Okay. Each software is so each database is belongs to what? So some company, sir. Okay. And we have another database called what? So Derby database. Okay. Derby database. So that is from Sun Microsystems, sir. Okay. That is from where? Sun Microsystem. Okay, now it is the part of now it is Oracle, sir. Derby database, and then followed by what? Postgres SQL. Postgres SQL database case. Okay, and etc. So these are the some of the popular databases available in the market, sir. Okay, Oracle database, MySQL database, DB2 database, SQL Server database, Derby database, Postgres SQL database. All these the databases are nothing but an what? RDBMS databases, guys. Understand, guys? The most important point is what? The above databases comes under the category of what? RDBMS database. RDBMS database softwares, guys. Understand, guys? RDBMS database softwares. Understand, sir? So we have a non-RDBMS database softwares are also available in the market, sir. So in the non-RDBMS database softwares, we do not have the structure for the storing the data. So whatever the RDBMS database softwares are available in the market, such as Oracle, MySQL, DB2, SQL Server database, Derby database, Postgres database, all these the databases, we are maintaining the information in the structured format, sir. Structured format means nothing but on the table format. Table format means nothing but on rows and columns. Understand, guys? That is called RDBMS database softwares, guys. In the tomorrow session, we will be talking about non-RDBMS database softwares such as MongoDB, Couchbase, Cassandra. All these are non-relational database softwares, sir. Okay, so non-relational database softwares doesn't maintains the structure of the table. It doesn't bothers about the structure of the table, sir. Understand, guys? MongoDB, Cassandra, Couchbase, all these are nothing but a non-relational databases, guys. Okay, R stands for Relational Database Management System. RDBMS, R stands for what? Relational Database Management System, sir. Relational means nothing but on the table format. Okay, yes. Okay, in the tomorrow session, we'll be talking about so non-RDBMS database softwares, and we'll go with what? Some of the other terminologies of and the some more terminologies related to database as well, guys. Okay, yes. Yes. Yeah, related to the fee, you can check with an admin team on this. Okay. Related to fee, like you can check with the admin team on this, guys. Anybody wanted to ask the question, just raise a hand. I will give you the unmute option for you. One minute. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Roshan, you can ask me the question.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
This is Roshni here. Sir, are you going to cover normalization and triggering in SQL?
Triggers you are asking about.
Normalization triggers.
Normalization we are not going to cover, sir. I mean to say that whatever the things required for an application development for the real time, so those things we are majorly focusing here, sir.
But sir, in interview, some people says that normalization also ask.
Yes, sir. Yes. So we are going to mean to say we are always minimizing the redundancy when you are storing the information with the help of and the joins, sir, basically. Okay. So for the interview wise, you can get some more info about the normalization in the web itself.
Okay, sir, and trigger, sir.
Triggers like I can cover like as in the trigger like 1 or 2 examples while inserting the data into the table. So how can you write a trigger for that while updating the data as well? How to write a trigger for that? Okay, that would be the fine.
Sir, please cover normalization, na, sir.
Yeah, we'll try if we have like so that will go for the least priority. Okay, that will go for the least priority. Okay, so
sir.
if the time permits, definitely I will cover on that. No problem.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, next. Sharanya, like you can ask me the question. You can unmute and you can ask me the question.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
If we learn one database, this all database will be equal, real, same or not?
Yes. So good question, sir. So right now I was just highlighted with some of the RDBMS database softwares, right? Such as
Yeah.
Oracle, MySQL, DB2, PostgreSQL. Okay. If you learn one database, okay. So
Okay.
if you learn like as in the one database, the sum
Yeah.
of that would be the common for every database will be having some changes in the data types and syntaxes, nothing more than that.
Just little change.
Little changes will be there.
Okay, sir. On these many means we want to learn these many languages.
Yes. So you, as I told you, like the most popular databases available in the market is one for Oracle, sir. Most of the applications for the the banking projects or banking projects, there will be the maintaining what Oracle. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And MySQL will be the popular, and then we'll go for what SQL Server and PostgreSQL as well. 4.
4. We will complete 4. Okay.
Yes. No
Thank you,
worries,
sir.
sir. The thing is, if you learn one database, that would be the good to enough to learn the rest of other databases easily, sir. You can no need to worry to learn about the other new databases as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
In course duration, we have seen 2 months duration time. You said 1 month is enough.
Yes. Yes,
It's
sir.
enough, sir?
Yes. 1 month plus or minus will be there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any
Thank
other
you, sir.
questions, Sharanya? No, right? No.
No.
Okay. Kiran, you can unmute and you can ask the question.
Yes, sir. How many database we are going to cover as a part of this course, sir?
Oracle and MySQL, sir.
Okay, sir. Only 2 is the right?
Yes, only 2 databases which we are going to cover as part of this training program. So first we'll majorly focusing on Oracle, then we'll go for and the MySQL simultaneously as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ganesh, you can ask your question.
Hi, sir. Recording class is also provided or not, sir?
Yes, the recordings will be there, sir. Recordings, I think, yes.
Not only for demo classes, sir, remaining regular classes also.
Yeah. So we'll check with another admin team on this one, sir, and get back to you on this tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. I just need
Yeah,
some
okay,
more
sir.
clear information on that. Mostly we'll provide, sir. Mostly we'll provide the recordings. I just wanted to confirm on it by admin team by tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, sir. And daily notes is
Yeah, daily notes I will be the taking care of sharing via through the portal, sir. Ashok IT portal. I will be the responsible for sharing the notes on the daily basis after the session, sir. Whatever the notes I am typing on in front of you in the notepad, I'm going to share you the same notes through the portal, sir.
yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, only examples wise you can do any like project wise daily classes, sir.
Yes, sir. So when you are practicing, when you are writing, when you are habituated to writing the queries, so I will give you some kind of another small assignments to write the SQL queries, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Benjai Crow. Yeah, you can ask.
You said that you provide the notes day to day, no?
Yes. I
How
will.
long we could access that notes? That means this 1 month only, or else maybe.
No. It's going to be giving an accessible that the portal access, right? The portal access, right? You will be the getting like the notes access for the portal. So if they are going to provide the video recordings, means that would be on the limited time only.
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
on another, maybe on the 3 to 6 months between. Okay.
But this material, how long we could access? Like
The
this.
material, I believe you can access, sir. No problem.
Okay, that's only. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Related to the course fee, as per the portal, it is saying it is showing as in the 5K, right? So you can check with an admin team on this one. Okay. So Kaushik, you can ask the question.
So please give the access for the recording in my computer, sir.
That would not be the that would not be in my hand, sir. Okay. So like means you are asking about you wanted to record in your mission.
Yes.
No, sir, I am not sure on that one. You can check with the admin team on this.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay then. Yeah, Abhishek, you can ask your question.
Sir, the NoSQL database, will you teach that thing, sir?
No, sir. No. So we are just highlighting the database and we are not going to be the cover as part of this the training program, sir. Okay. If you want to show me, like I can show you up to MongoDB. Okay. How to install the MongoDB and how to create the documents and how to create like the things and all this stuff. I can show you that one. No problem in one session. Is that okay? That would be the least priority, Abhishek. Okay then. Any other questions from others? Any other questions? Okay. Seems no questions from others. Okay then. That's all for the today, guys. Again, we'll meet you on connect you on the tomorrow at the same time at the same bridge. Okay. So that's all for today. We'll connect back on the tomorrow. Thank you, guys. No, sir. Mohammed Dazir. So Oracle is on the proprietary license. Okay, we no need to purchase this thing, sir. Okay, so we'll install it. Lightweight version 11G.